For those who work at the Lower Cape Fear Hospice and Life Care Center, such as Kimberly Paul, discussions about life and death occur on a daily basis. Yet, for most people, they avoid discussing death in fear that it will cause it to come sooner. Paul chooses to plan for her death and prepare herself and those close to her for what's inevitable to come. By taking part in the Before I Die campaign and promoting its message about life around the community, she hopes to persuade others to begin the conversation.
I want my life to be an example of how to look at death. I've been here 13 years with Lower Cape Fear Hospice and Life Care Center, and what I've learned is that the more I learn about death is the more I want to live my life in this way. I want to inspire people. I want to engage people. I want people to know how beautiful they are and see that for themselves.
Paul designed the boards in a hexagonal shape, providing 5 sides for people to write on, and one side of the board covered in background information on the project, the founder Candy Chang, and the hospice center. The board was first located outside of the Cape Fear Community College in the hopes to engage students and those in downtown Wilmington. The board remained there for 30 days before it was moved here to UNCW. Currently, the board is located outside of the Trask Coliseum in hopes of engaging students and locals that participate in the school's sporting events.
I want to change the world with inspiration, and I'm hoping that this board is helping me do that.
During our interview, Paul referenced her hopes for the boards with a poem she remembers reading. This poem was symbolic for her because it talked about how much of an impact you can make by making a difference in just one person's life.
I remember this poem a long time ago with the son and the father walking down the beach, and all these starfish are on the sand, and the boy starts picking up the starfish and tossing them back in the ocean, and the father's like, "What are you doing? There's no way. There are 1,000 of these starfish. There's no way you can put them all back in the ocean. What difference do you think you can make?" And the child picks up one and tosses it back in the ocean, and he says, "I made a difference to that one."
Although the board may not change the world, Paul hopes to at least impact young individuals to grasp life and live without hesitation. She'd like to influence her message onto others, one student at a time. One student from UNCW that engaged in the project was junior Mary Kosu. After reviewing the board and contemplating what to write, she picked up a piece of chalk and wrote, "Before I die, I want to spread love to all."
When I first saw the Before I Die campaign, I was actually in Tennessee at the Bonnaroo Music Festival, where there was this huge wall covered with goals and ambitions from people all over the world. It was so inspiring to see everyone coming together, and now that same positive effect is here on campus, it really reminds me every day to continue to search for that deeper meaning of life.
Kosu found the project inspiring and thought that it was exciting to see the same board here on campus impacting others the same way it influenced those at Bonnaroo. She's new this semester on campus, and being able to join together with other students in order to help spread the messages of the campaign was a memorable experience for her. According to Paul, the state of North Carolina is considering taking the campaign statewide. She even has faith that the project has the potential to become a national program.
So even the state of North Carolina is considering Begin the Conversation statewide, and that is freaking awesome. You know, and you look around in your life to see if you have made a difference in that one starfish, and you see things evolving such as this, that, man, I'm so aware that my team created this and we are making a difference.
When the boards were located at the Cape Fear Community College, by the end of the project the boards were completely chalked up. Despite the fact that most participants wrote down their hopes and dreams appropriately, some insisted on writing inappropriate phrases along the board. Even though Paul doesn't agree with all that was written, she sees it all as a freedom of speech, so she objects to erasing anyone's writing. The same reaction has occurred here on campus, and the board will continue to be here for a few more weeks. After the 30 days are up, Paul says they will move to another local location, or they will move it to another area on campus. The decision on where to put the boards next has yet to be made.
Throughout this journey that we call life, people are going to try and find themselves. But according to Paul, all you need to do in order to find yourself is look in the mirror, because there you are right in front of you. You need to be the best that you can be. You need to make that bucket list of things that you want to accomplish before you die, and you have to stop waiting for your life to happen and just be. Paul feels that it is a fact that we are all born and are all already on a predestined path. If we just sit back and open our eyes, our lives will indeed find us.
I mean, don't you want to slide into home plate, which I think is death, and look over your shoulder and be like, man, that was a really fun time, instead of what somebody didn't do or what someone should have done or demanding things. It's all part of the process. And as the older I get, I've just learned that sometimes there are things that just aren't worth the fighting for. And I think for me, life is one of them.